What's up? This is David, and today I want to talk to you about a few energy consuming fatigues. And there are two specific ones I want to talk about. I want to talk about decision making fatigue and also persona fatigue. So, decision making fatigue, I talked about this with in that willpower video. When we make decisions, especially like the small decisions, we are kind of leeching and leaking a lot of our mental RAM for the day. So if you have to make like a small decision, that actually creates a lot of energy. It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of mental energy to make even like the smallest of decisions. And that energy, it's kind of like a battery. Like it gets unplugged during the day. It's like really full in the day, but then as the day goes on, it gets drained and drained and drained, and you just get very tired by the end of the day if you keep on continuing to make those small little decisions throughout the day. So in order to help us save that decision-making fatigue, we can do a few things. I will give you maybe 3 today. So first and foremost is clothes. A lot of people like the entrepreneurs of the world, like the Mark Zuckerberg and the Steve Jobs of the world, they wear the same thing every single day, right? And there's a reason for that. It's because it helps them to save on decision-making fatigue, meaning that they don't have to decide on what to wear, and so it saves them that mental energy in exchanging that mental energy in order to make better decisions, or like maybe like higher level decisions instead of just picking out what to wear, right? So I'm not trying to say like you should wear the same thing every single day, but here's a little trick that you can use is to pick out your clothes the night before. You can pick out your clothes the night before so that in the morning when you are fresh and filled with a lot of willpower, you don't have to waste that willpower on choosing the clothes you want for the morning. Okay, so pick out your clothes the night before, or better yet, pick out your clothes for the entire week so that you don't even have to think about it the entire week. Okay, that's one. Number 2 is you can also pick out your food the night before too, but then you can do what I do, which is I do fasting. So I don't eat breakfast, I don't eat lunch even. I only eat 1 meal a day most of the times. And if you do this, it helps you save a lot of that decision-making fatigue, because I don't have to think about what I'm going to eat because I don't eat anything. Not only do I not eat anything, but it also helps me with health, because intermittent fasting is very healthy for the body and also for the mind too. And it gets me into a very light ketosis, and ketosis helps with the mental energy, and I'll maybe talk about that in another video. But doing a little fast can also help big time with decision-making fatigue, because I don't have to think about what I'm going to eat. I just don't eat anything. And it's actually counterintuitive. People say, people will think like, will I not have energy if I don't eat anything? I will get cranky if I don't eat anything. But then once your body gets used to it, you actually get more energy and instead of having less energy. Because if you tap into what is known as ketosis, your body actually ramps up on the energy. And maybe I'll talk about this in another video, but I actually have an entire course on this concept. But yeah, so that's another story for another day. But I do a little fast. You can also do a little fast. It also has many health benefits. And so that will help you with also, that decision-making fatigue. So another one, the last one, the third one is to plan your day, not in the morning. Don't plan it in the morning. Again, you're trying to save your decision-making power for like the more bigger decisions, right? The more creative decisions. Plan your day the night before. That way, when you wake up in the morning, you will know already, you already have a set schedule on what to do. So you save yourself that mental RAM and just in being productive instead of making that decision on what to do for the day. So plan your day the night before. Okay, so those are 3 decision-making fatigue. Those are 3 mental RAM savers. And the other one I want to briefly talk about is persona fatigue. Whenever we like become somebody who we are not, whenever we're trying to put on like this filter, like this mask of somebody who we're not, whenever we're not authentic, like whether it's in front of a video camera or whether it's out in real life, we also are leaking a lot of energy. We create a lot of mental RAM. It's also I guess another way of saying it about this, it's another way of decision fatigue, another type of decision fatigue. Because when we are not being genuine, we are actually creating like this conscious effort into being like this persona, into being like this fake version of ourselves, and it actually takes up a lot of energy. And so whenever we're not genuine, whenever we're not real, it takes up a lot of energy. So this is what is known as persona fatigue. And if you'll realize that when you're just real and when you're just genuine without like that filter of that persona, it saves you so much more energy. It's a big burden off the shoulder. It's very liberating. You become so much more free just being yourself, and that saves a lot of energy. So it's another type of decision-making fatigue, persona fatigue. So that's what I had for today. So that's some tips on decision-making fatigue and persona fatigue. Again, the three things are plan for what you want today, the night before, and plan your food, or you can do a little fast. And the other one is plan out your clothes the night before. All right, so that's it for this one. I hope you found value out of this one, and I'll see you in the next one.